Leaked CIA documents say Sexyy Red has been an informant with them since 2018, but here's how the CIA has been doing this for centuries. So this first became viral on X, but this isn't news. People have thought this about Red for years, pretty much since she became relevant. But the documents explain that she goes under the codename Agent Bow Bow, and her goal is to be highly destabilizing and culturally critical. But if Red's agent name is true, she literally has a song named Bow Bow Bow. Now this doesn't make her guilty, but as humans, it's sometimes so easy to see what's going on, we don't believe it. Regardless if you think it's crazy Sexyy Red could be a CIA agent, Cat Williams said something really interesting about the underworld of rap music.
All of the rappers that you know that never been to jail and never gotten any trouble with the law, but they talk as if their life is opposite of that. Like, those are federal informants.
Now, Sexyy Red got arrested in 2024 after an airport brawl, but I wouldn't count that as trouble in the way Cat Williams is talking about it. The relationship the CIA and rap music have goes back decades, shifting the focus of the genre from unity to violence. Where the CIA is best at using culture as propaganda, overseeing approximately 2,000 films since 1910, even backing artists like Duke Ellington and Jackson Pollock back in the day to promote America's creative thinking to the rest of the world. Therefore, it's hard to know the truth about Sexyy Red, and I'm not picking a side. But if she is working with the CIA, it's not that crazy because the agency has been backing creatives for centuries, and Sexyy Red would just be another name on that list.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and all these TikTok investigators and or reporters are not to be taken serious. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Clearly, most of them have the IQ of a handball. This guy says CIA files leaked. First of all, sir, where'd you get these CIA files? I don't believe this. Two, the CIA doesn't have to have... I've never believed that they had rappers on payroll to dissuade or persuade people in the mass population to act a certain way. Meaning, I don't believe the CIA accosted NWA and said, yo, make a song like this so that black men would commit crime, yada, 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 therefore reinforcing the prison industrial complex. I think cocaine did it. Poverty did it. If you have poverty and you have an influx of drugs, and there's a lucrativeness of making money off selling said drugs to get out of poverty, you reinforce the mass industrial complex, prison industrial complex, by just that alone. Like, none of the dudes that I know in the streets listened to a song and committed a crime because the song told them to do it, reinforced it, or anything. Matter of fact, a lot of dudes that I grew up with don't even like rap music. They have like a small archive of rap music that they probably are fans of. One, because when you in the streets, you ain't got time to be cataloging your favorite song or artist. Two, selling drugs is tedious. It's uneventful and it's boring. Most of the time, like, maybe I will argue that maybe between sacking up baggies or sacking up work to go make rounds, you might be listening to something, but it's basically background music. Niggas wasn't listening to music to get in the mood or get bright ideals. That's just me. Now, my demographic from the 90s, early 2000s, most street dudes didn't really take rappers serious, and we considered them fake for the most part. Especially if they got in the game as young as the teenage years. You ain't have a long track record of history in the streets. So yeah, they didn't take them really serious. And if we're gonna go back further than that, like the 80s, early 90s, most dudes in the hood didn't take rappers serious. They thought they were corny. It's no different than the 90s, early 2000s. Now, while there were notables like Tupac and Biggie in the late 90s, like, people were never under an impression that's like Tupac was a street dude. And when I say street dude, like, he wasn't a cornball, but he wasn't an active street gangster, right? He wasn't an active street participant. He might have dabbled in it, boom, boom, boom. He took rap more serious. He got in the industry and he rapped about things that he saw from the neighborhood. Most black people aren't street people anyways. That right there is like something that white propaganda pushes in the media. Most black people don't know the way up of drugs. Hell, most people. Let's be realistic. Most people don't. If I had a nickel for every time somebody asked me, "Hey, how much weed can I get for $50?" I'd be a millionaire. So, while this dude sounds convincing, I really wish non-black people would stop reporting nonsense like this, propagating bullshit, because he don't have no proof. We didn't see no proof. He just said it. And I don't know Sexyy Red, but if you're putting stuff out there that's gonna hurt her movability within the world, right? People are gonna think that she a snitch or she's an informant when she's not. When she's just a little black girl that came from Missouri, moved to Chicago, I think Illinois, and then moved to Atlanta on the southwest side and pushed her music. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I just don't think it's probable in the grand scheme of things. Not only that, she's not a street person. If you listen to her music, she's not really rapping about a whole bunch of street activity. She's rapping about dudes that she mess with that's street characters. Like I said, just because you know somebody in the streets, that don't make you street by proxy. A lot of black chicks aren't in the streets. They just fuck a nigga, got a baby by a nigga that is in the streets. They're far removed from the activities. That's not to say all of them are. Some of them were actually co-conspirators, but for the most part, that's not most black women. So I ain't gonna put that on her. Not only that, what the hell would she gain from telling girls to be ratchet? I mean, women want to be sexually free anyways. This has no bearing effect on if they gonna be like loose or promiscuous. And to my understanding, the sexual revolution has been happening since the 1970s. Women were going to be like that regardless. Since 1975, they didn't need her. Not to mention, you had quote-unquote positive female role models in the 90s. So if the CIA was thinking to do that, I mean, you had Whitney Houston up until we knew she smoked crack, Mariah Carey, Toni Braxton, Nia Long, Tamia, Shantae Moore, Ashanti, Janet Jackson. Like, what are we talking about here? If they are trying to, I don't know, mind manipulate the youth, they've had a whole bunch of players in between that was actually giving positive messages and dissuading that train of thought. That's just me. I use critical thinking. A lot of people don't. What I will say is, don't pay attention to TikTok videos. This dude's a jackass. And whoever put this post up on Twitter is a jackass. This just reinforces what I was saying about Sexyy Red. Somebody put on Twitter, top 7 people setting black people back. Sexyy Red, Lil Nas X, Aaron the Plumber, Tyreek Hill, and anybody similar. Playboy Cardi, the blank that run 20v1, and South Chicago and Atlanta niggas. Nobody is setting anybody back. I go off of a collective made up of individuals. You can only set you back. You can't. These people are just entertainers in the spotlight. They can't set a collective group of people back. If that was the case, Johnny Knoxville would have set white people back. So would Adam Sandler, Chris Farley. The list goes on. What are we talking about here? Only when it's the black community, you have key people that are entertainers that somehow they're setting us back. Nobody never said that with Jimmy Kimmel or I forgot what his name was, something Corolla. It'll come to me. Yeah, nobody never said that, especially with Jackass, Johnny Knoxville and all the key players, Bam Margiano or whatever his name is, Margini or what stupid name he got. Nobody never says this. Only when it's the black people that you have these eccentric and or exaggerated caricature of people in the media that somehow Zeus Network is setting us back. Let me just put this out here. You don't need any one particular person to influence people to quote unquote set them back. I see Aaron the Plumber's videos on running the fade. If anything, that's going to influence young boys to not blick each other. That's just me. But yeah, nobody never, like, what does that even mean, setting us back? Black people are still making progress, and last time I checked, every now and again I keep hearing the first this or the first that, or brain surgeons and people that invented this or cure for cancer. What the fuck are we talking about here? In any event, if y'all like this episode, I know YouTube is probably gonna muffle this video, but like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'm out.
No.